was just sitting here thinking, when it comes down to these tests, they important tests. They important tests that gotta be done. But I think that Liam be talking like, she be getting on my nerves a little bit about it though. But she right about it though. But the test is important. They are important. But here's my input on it. These tests, when it comes down to something for God, it's easy for money to get involved. It's easy for money to get in the midst of it. Cause I don't even want to do lecture. I can't wait to stop doing all this. But I will do it for God. They're kind of lengthy now, but I need to cut them down. I don't even think I even got to do lectures. I really just got to focus on these tests. That's how serious the tests are. And that's good too, because I stopped doing lectures too. I stopped doing everything. I ain't got a problem with stopping, bro. I've been working my whole life, and it's been the same thing over and over again. But now that I know it's a part of the reconstruction of the world, I don't complain about it no more. I ain't got a problem with it. I ain't got a problem with the thieves. I ain't got the problem with the people living in the shadows. I ain't got the problem with the people hungry for information. But if God quit giving the downloads, I ain't even gonna get them, and I ain't gonna be able to give them anyway. And that's why I'm saying this about these tests. They sabotage these tests, and I think it called the bad blowback. And I feel like people have to make up for the person that ain't doing the test no more. Well, that's a good lesson learned, ain't it? One thing I know about God, if he keep doing it, if God don't repeat itself. If, you know, he tell you a couple times, that's it, you ain't gonna do it, you just don't do it. And so with that being said, it really ain't got nothing to do with me losing faith. Or nothing like that. It got to do with the fact that when you delay, when you sabotage tests that's supposed to be done the right way, in the spiritual realm, they gonna detour and delay. And these delays and these detours is gonna torture the people who actually doing the test. And I know it's for y'all, some of y'all, you done made it entertaining, but it's beyond entertainment. We gotta look at, everybody need to look at this like business. You gotta look at the people that's doing these tests, like that's hardship. That's hardship they gotta go through. That's pain and suffering they gotta go through. There ain't nothing fun about these tests. And after they done pass these tests, you go ahead and give them the credit that you're supposed to give them for these tests for being passed. Don't expect them to keep doing these tests to the day they die. I've been doing them since I was 1 year old, it feel like. So don't, you know what I'm saying? How can you prove to me that you ain't gonna kill me like you killed all the other people, the great legends that was in here, for doing everything y'all said? So far, y'all done killed everybody. So far, y'all done killed everything of greatness. And y'all excuse is so lame that I don't even know why people even paying attention to it anymore. So how can you prove to the people doing these tests you ain't gonna kill them when it's done? That's why people getting emotional. That's why people getting in their feelings, because y'all have yet to do something about it. You keep giving these broken promises. You ain't did nothing for nobody yet, though. I've been going through it since I was 1, 2, 3, 4, whatever. I don't mind. I'm saying I speak for many. I speak for the dead as well. Well, when they gonna get something? When some justice gonna get done about it? Lifetime done went by, it seemed like. You know what I'm saying? We doing something that's of the other. We carrying on cycles that should have been finished lifetimes ago. So how do you finish the cycle if it looked like the delays? What I'm trying to say, it looked like the delays in the accomplishments is coming from people, humans doing stuff for money or sabotaging it for whatever human reason you do stuff. These tests should have been done. The Astro working. I see them working. They see who's doing magic. They see who's throwing magic. But the problem is, it's like Earths. this group of people doing magic. Now, boom, we got rid of this group of people that's doing magic. Now this group of people doing magic. And it's almost like I see my Father wanting the chosen ones to come out of this situation, but my Father ain't gonna let none of the chosen ones come out of this situation as long as this stuff is keep repeating. So you gotta ask yourself, and I will say this, with one of these tests, who gonna doctor on my ankle? My ankle hurt. My ankle killing me. And it might be from these chains, these spiritual chains, of course, but my ankle is killing me. I can't go to no doctor. Who gonna doctor on me? I still gotta run. I can barely run. My ankle hurt, my knee hurt, my lower back hurt, my neck hurt. So where is the proof of anything that's gonna get done about this situation? All I see is the same thing that happened to Bruce Lee. Bruce Lee had a whole bunch of symptoms that started occurring. And them same symptoms would occur on me. They'll go away, but they'll occur on me. And they done took out a lot of other people. So how can you prove to the people that you're going to actually help somebody? Now, what I do know is that we help and build the world. That's good. And I do know that these people are supposed to have their own money, but somebody stole their identity, and still they got to do their job for God to help rebuild the world. Nobody to talk to, no love. That's all part of the test. Okay, but they wasn't supposed to be in this broken situation. Maybe temporarily, yeah. So, look at all the legends. Michael Jackson, look at everybody that done died in this situation. Michael Jackson was too tired to go on tour. The same thing. It's just constantly work. When y'all gonna help somebody though? I can understand we angels and we don't need this and that, but God ain't build nobody to torture them to death. I hear y'all in the Astro that got something to do with this movie and stuff. Y'all the one that's detouring everything. Y'all over there looking at these tests and feeling yourselves. And somehow the tests is getting delayed and detoured. And I can easily say they're getting delayed and detoured because you adding evil into these tests that's supposed to be done by heaven itself. So now what we got to do, your ancestors got to go and clean you up, get you cleaned up because you've been messing with some demon. And then the person over here that ain't doing the testing no more, now this person got to go get cleaned up because that's what they call in heaven. They call that lashes over there. You getting lashes. Don't send me no, you can send me a message, but you can never send me a message saying how I don't believe in God. Me and God alone. I don't know what all y'all got going on with God, but me and God alone is the reason why y'all vocabulary advanced. This ain't pride. This is facts. I had to work with God. Just God. I ain't have no shoulder to lean on. Thank y'all for helping, and I appreciate it. But okay, let's agree to disagree in this situation. Y'all doing a lot better. Y'all looking a lot better. But you need more and more and more. But who gonna give us something to give you more and more and more? Everybody that I know died giving y'all more and more and more. So it's like, then you got these people, these powerhouses again. These mountains want to put yourself in these positions. That's delaying everything. Because when you feel like I ain't doing what I need to do and God ain't going to protect me, you get in the way again. So now we got to go and clean you out the way again. Y'all can't get in the way of the chosen ones. So when God told me to stop doing the test, I ain't stopped doing the test. I don't mind doing the test. God told me to stop doing it. Take it up with God. What y'all been doing? Who y'all been hanging with? What y'all been doing? Everybody got to do these tests. If you involved in these tests in any fashion or form, rich or poor, single or not, out there in the public, with the public or not, you are involved in these tests. You got to be just as heavily with these tests. This test is stress. This is what I learned from working. When everybody apply themselves to the job, I tell bosses that and people that own the job that when we all apply ourselves in the job and understand what's really going on at the job, then we can understand how each other feel and knows what we need on the job, even when it's time for rest. But if you just looking on the outside and you keep living in somebody else's shadow, get money, Detours is going to happen. Delays is going to happen because it ain't of God. Now, we're going to agree to disagree. I hope you don't get in your feelings. I know you're trying to help, and I'm trying to help you understand. Because I know you see me. I know you got ways to look at me. But man, this been going on for 5 years straight. We probably got 7 to 10 years of this. I'm pretty sure God don't mind to rest along the way. Because if I got on, God already told me what I need to do. And I'm doing that every day. But it ain't good enough for everybody else. So either way it go, I'm a climb. It don't matter. I'm still climb because I'm doing what God told me to do. So, what we going to do from here? What's going on? Where did y'all angle for real? The test is going to get done, but I'm telling you, somebody utilizing the test, especially this particular test, somebody been utilizing the DNA, stealing the DNA. That's the detour. Now let me show you how it look on the spiritual. This is how it look in the spiritual. Somebody stealing my DNA. Y'all don't believe in God like you think you do. Somebody stealing my DNA, and the ancestors is analyzing and observing the DNA, because we talking about this hat here. I don't really know much about it, but it's serious. Somebody stealing my DNA, and they need that hat. But they keep trying to steal the hat and sit in the chair of the hat by utilizing the DNA that they steal it from me, not knowing that God merged me and that hat. Anybody else that come, anybody that's born with an inheritance got something merged in them that where the inheritance belong to that person from God. God said this is the last time. So what the ancestors do is you done put different people in this seat for this hat. Probably my pop, a person named Blue, and Jaden. All these people keep going in here. You got all these different people keep going. Natalie, Harry. You got all these people going in there for this hat. They don't belong on this hat. So what happened is that the astro shuts down, basically. And they got to get these people, Benjamin, they got to get these people out of this hat. Because some of these people be floats themselves. So that take a lot of work. So that's a delay. So while we going through that delay, you got people like me still doing this test that's suffering and going through a lot of pain and suffering. Because these people keep trying to steal the hat, which is also part of the plan. Because we trying to get to the bottom of everybody who kept sabotaging these tests so we could get rid of them. Because these people that get in these positions are also meant to be out of these positions, but somehow these people are dying in these positions and their souls are wandering, stuck on earth, stuck in between realms because of these positions. That's how it look over there. So everybody there's a white dude in the seat the other day. Everybody keep putting somebody in this seat that they want in this seat. That's where the delays at. These are where the detours is at. And then you got all these cabin houses and stuff y'all got in the dark and in the secret. The delays is in that as well. Because it's out, like, if you got 144,000, let's say they men chosen. But God is also trying to find 144,000 women chosen. You kind of pass the test like these men do. So you're going to be feeling going back and forth until you realize you need to stop feeling as well. That's a detour. So when I dip, and when I dip and it seems to affect anybody, seeing that I ain't had nothing, not a pot to piss in and a window to throw it out of in 5 years and nobody to hug or talk to, and can't talk on the phone with nobody. And pretty much a prisoner in my own home. Been in prison by my own pop now. So that means if I am getting any kind of gain out of this, you stealing it. So that's going to also make the astro look like I ain't doing nothing. So they killing me. My own astro team. And then God got to come back and Jesus got to come and analyze me and say why they killing me. They almost done killed me. They finna get rid of me. Okay, we finna kill them. I told you God got to come back and kill me. God got to come back after you kill me. God going to see why you kill him. You ain't supposed to kill him. It was no reason for you to kill him. This person in this seat, you ain't supposed to be in this seat. Kill him. So then they got to go through all this analytical stuff. That's the way that works. So the detours and the delays are not really with me trying to rest. Surely I tell you the truth about that. If I get some rest, one day, my body telling me I need to rest. All the way around. And most of the reason why I need to rest is because I'm still being attacked. Acid stuff. The wheat ain't here. They got rid of the wheat. Ain't no good wheat. It ain't been no good wheat here in months. Ain't nothing that I need in this body to recover and regenerate itself unless it's off a serious, just genuine rest. But y'all got it where you can't rest. And then you got this clown over here that don't want me to do the test. So they keep on disturbing the stuff that you need to take the test with. And they can't help it, po thing. Because they want to be in that position. And they thinking in their head, if I just sacrifice this, no, because you ain't got it in you to do it. Because whatever I'm here to do, you got to have a sincere heart to do it. You got to have a good heart. You got to have a heart as light as a feather to do it. Y'all over there doing drugs to sleep with folks, just doing this and doing that. You trying to get this money. It ain't even about the money. The money is an illusion. The money is the bait. I don't even know what money they're talking about. All I see is people torturing me to death and want me to give you good information on how to make it for yourself. And it's been going on for 40 years, but I say 5 years just to let you know that I care. Who living in my shadow? Is it my sister? Is it that flame? Who getting what I'm supposed to get? Because obviously everybody getting paid and getting good and living good when I do care for myself. And even though I'm resting, when I rest, I'm still caring for myself. But for some reason, if I rest, it ain't working out for y'all out there. Because somebody getting paid off of me suffering in here. Now? And then it might not be that. Somebody, like let's say it's a group of women. And these women looking for a certain thing out of a certain man. Now that could be that too. And that somewhat understandable. But out of these group of women, they got this little pamphlet. They got this little thing they want the men to go by. 2 to 3 of y'all, 1 of y'all out of these group of women got something very strenuous. You do more unto others than you would do yourself. And you probably went through a rough life with previous relationships, so I can understand that right there. But at the end of the day, we all need to be realistic. But one thing you'll never be able to do is say, I don't care and I ain't got God. You are elevated and you are looking beautiful and you are doing better because of what all the work me and God done put in. Because you can go back to your videos. And everybody done evolved since these chosen ones been stuck like this right here. So you need to give them some credit for something that they do. Don't just torture legends and kill legends and move on to the ain't gonna be no more after us, y'all. Stop doing that. But I'm telling y'all, that's where the analytics coming from. That's where it's coming from. They seeing people who involved in these tests and they seeing what they monitoring y'all as well. They seeing what you do. Oh, well, she over there with the Israeli, or he over there with the Muslim, or she with the Muslim, or they Jordan Dills, or Caden Dills, or Brandon Dills, or Brian Dills, or this and this. Then we gotta go through all that. So I know I can rest if I want to rest. You gonna send me bad videos when I rest and you don't see me ever getting rest? How dare you? But I know business too. And I know when businesses will run you and you ain't running them. And I know when they'll run you in the ground. So I've been working my whole life. A lot of us need to sit back and reevaluate ourselves. Because this right here been going on. This torture right here been going on. And it's getting intense and more intense every day. I like that. That let me know it's about to be a break in it. But the body speaks as well. The body say rest. And when I talk to God about it, he said you choose your time to rest. And then when I talked to my grandpa about it, he said ignore it and rest. But I just want to let y'all know that. Because I'm working. If I go out here and do drugs and get on all this, you're going to see the whole astro light up. Or what the hell really happened. If I go out here and do something, belittle myself and descend myself to a great degree, you're going to see a whole nother turnover. What really done happened? Let's evaluate that. Because the same people who evaluate ain't the same ones that be evaluating in the astro. It depends on how serious the nature is. And then somebody more serious start taking over. All the way up to Jesus Christ himself. And then everybody in trouble. So I'm telling y'all, whoever's stealing this DNA, that's what you need to get to the bottom of. Whoever playing games in this in these tests and making people, certain individuals, stay in the test so everybody can get paid, you need to get to the bottom of that. And then whoever got these old cabin houses and these egg groups and these fish groups y'all got going on, you need to get to the bottom of that, and these palace and these councils. And while y'all doing all that, I'm a rest. Because I got to go full throttle back in this test at least by the middle of this week or next week. Can I please get some rest?